ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Put total leather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have first crack at this one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air, it's Overton. Got a man, it's small. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Creates a little room. Turning it on! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Buckeyes are on the move. Send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Running back searching for a hole. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. They'll run the option. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week. And you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense has its first opportunity of the day. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down in the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Overton. He wants it all. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Going to swing it on second down. Got him downfield. There he goes. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in, because this passing attack, it's lethal, because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellows, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Michigan is currently ahead in this one in a jam-packed big house, but it's been close so far. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
He'll keep it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, this quarterback has had a little bit of success running so far in this game. That time on the option play, nowhere to go, though. Defense, they were in position. They tackled him for a loss.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell if his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
To the air, it's Overton. Throws to the back. Complete. At the 40, there he goes. Hits the afterburn. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bland. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking for a gap, it's Booth. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going for a big play downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in third and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Nebraska. He got a step and just dusted the field. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back to the ground game on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Overton. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Motion from the wideout. They go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Booth. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chain.
I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. The Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try the run. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Cornhuskers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And That's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wide receiver comes in motion. Goes to the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Dropping back, it's Overton. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
He might want another play. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's small. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Moving away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
He's got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, they're throwing this one to the running back out on the perimeter of the field. They didn't get it to him quick enough, though, so he literally had to tap dance there on the sidelines, make sure he was in bounds when he caught it, and just pick up a few yards.
They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Roberts. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads, or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him, and basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck stopping him.
Late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's the handoff. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll haul it in right around the logo. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. To let that one get away from them, they look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see the linemen chipping off of...
Touchdown, Ohio State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into half.
He's got it on the outside. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play from the offense. The Huskers want to crank the tempo. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock.
The ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. Brings up second.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Third down.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going downfield for the big play. He's got it along the sideline. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
Spikes the ball and the clock is stopped. No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
It's over. It's over. Let's dominate.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield very late in the half. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. To throw, it's Overton. He's going to let it go. Makes the catch down the right side. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. And with that, back to the sea of red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. gives it on the option. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 30. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The Cornhuskers are rolling down the field.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown, Husker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Gets it out quickly. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
And how nice is it to have a guy that can say, I'm just going to go get the first down. Like, I know I have options. I can do X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to let me run it, go get the first down, and give myself an extra set of downs.
They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to throw. It's Overton. Looking down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pressure coming. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This has been a tight one, 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. It's Ross. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Rides the back on the option, the give. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating a loss on 1st down.
Looking downfield, it's Overton. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And that big, bad Husker front just keeps wreaking havoc in the backfield.
I mean, that's what you want. You want the defensive line to dominate the football game. You don't want to have to blitz and bring all these extra bodies. And this defensive line, this black shirt defensive line is doing their job.
Hit as he throws. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The short hands. It's Bland. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
defense and getting it down to the 24.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his big tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Just drives it between the uprights. That puts them on top here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team.
Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Now on the option. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll pull it on the read. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Porter. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and
touchdown Buckeyes! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Back to pass on second down. Myers on the move. He's got it. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look.
Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They move on top here in the fourth.
Well, I love the play call late in the fourth quarter now. You're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Looking for a man. It's Overton. Quickly to the tight end. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Porter. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And the Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. It's a draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks, add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Finds the tight end. Still running at the 40. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with a big one.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. It's Ross. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
They'll leave it with him. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Quick completion to the right. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
Plays like that are the type of plays that win you games. Bottom line, here we are, it's late. It's a close game. It's a huge third down, and somebody's got to step up and make a play.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. And it slips just inside that right upright. Under 60 seconds to go, and we are all tied up.
I am not always the most positive guy towards kickers. We all know that. But how about that, man? First opportunity in the game, in the fourth quarter, when your team needed it, the game now tied because of his foot.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop. You can save every second you have.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Huskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Makes the catch. It's Brad. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Quick strike complete. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to.
He'll take a shot.